Cindy, are you in the A block? You are?
Okay, we're gonna just.
Greg, update. Girls Inc. of Chattanooga kicked off their 65th anniversary celebration last night. CEO Takora Johnson-Peterson says their mission remains relevant to equip young girls to be successful and to be strong, smart, and bold. Those in attendance heard from past members who are now successful leaders in our community, along with current members who are successful students and young ladies.
There's also entertainment and food, because that's very important no matter what you're celebrating. It's the first in a series of events to celebrate their 65th anniversary. Thanks for watching Local 3 News at 5:30.
Local 3 News at 6 with David and Cindy starts now.
Thank you both. We have the latest on yesterday's false report of an active shooter at UTC.
Plus, the resignation of a soccer coach following hazing allegations at GPS has some parents and former students coming to his defense.
And a Sequatchie County woman says her son was assaulted by a school employee. The school district responds.
This is Local 3 News at 6.
Thank you for watching. I'm David Carroll.
And I'm Cindy Sexton. UTC police and federal investigators are working to learn more about where that phone call originated yesterday that put an entire Chattanooga University on lockdown. And they are looking back at how they handled the call and their response.
Grace Kramer has been covering the story and joins us now. Grace, what's the latest?
David, Cindy, thousands of UTC students received an alert midday on yesterday telling them to run, hide, and fight. Now, officers told us today that students handled that alert the very best they could. UTC police are urging students to remember that they have to do what is best for them for their own safety in that exact moment. The university does follow a national protocol for situations like this. It's something that police as well as administrators make sure staff and students are fully trained on, especially incoming freshmen.
Freshman students are coming out of the K through 12 system, and they're trained in a certain way to respond. And now, as they arrive at college, they are adults, right? And so it's all about acting as an adult, you know, making good decisions for yourself based on the information that you have, and do what you feel is best for you in that moment, right? That is critical.
Now, several buildings were evacuated by officers, and the all clear was given to students shortly after 2 o'clock yesterday. Luckily, no one was injured. Campus leaders are asking everyone who has not yet signed up for alerts at their university to go ahead and do so now through their student portal. I'll have more on what information officers were working with yesterday, minute by minute, while looking for the supposed active shooter. That's coming up at 11. Cindy.
All right. Thank you, Grace. Late this afternoon, UTC placed a temporary 2-week suspension on all fraternity and sorority activities until Friday, September 5th. Administrators say this will allow them to reevaluate practices related to safety, risk management, and harm reduction. They say the goal is to strengthen fraternity and sorority life and foster a culture of care, accountability, leadership, and respect. Now, earlier this week, UTC police say a woman coming from a Sigma Chi fraternity party was assaulted on campus, and we reported on these two pledges at Kappa Sigma who suffered severe burns last year and were flown to Vanderbilt after lighting themselves on fire. We'll keep you up to date on what happens during the suspension.
GPS parents and former students are voicing their opinions after the school's soccer coach resigned amid hazing allegations.
And many are shocked by the recent events, taking to social media to defend former coach Patrick Weinkoff. Local 3's Catherine Vaughn heard from a former student. Catherine.
Cindy, David, this all comes after an investigation by the school's administration that revealed a history of hazing among athletes. On Monday, Local 3 received a copy of the letter that was sent out to the GPS community, reading, quote,
members of the soccer team had engaged in a pattern of hazing and initiation activities. Just 2 days later, parents of a former GPS soccer player sent Local 3 a statement defending Weinkauf and showing their disappointment over the investigation findings, which was signed by 27 other parents. The series of events has sparked response from former students and players who say Weinkauf has only fostered the school's values of integrity.
Very respectful, he's very knowledgeable, and he's very good at what he does. I have nothing but immense respect for Patrick and the impact that he's had on the program.
Parents of former players say they're in disbelief and are vouching for Weinkauf.
He's a person of high moral character with a lot of integrity. He's empathetic. He does care about people and children on his team, the girls on his team and team members. So that does not equate to who he is as the person I know and that I still know.
Other former students have come forward, not only to Weinkauf's defense, but to share their experiences of hazing and bullying while attending the school. Even the head of school says her daughters were impacted, saying, quote, multiple athletes and parents indicated these behaviors made them feel uncomfortable, embarrassed, or unsafe. In fact, I learned through this review that my 2 daughters were, on one occasion, involved in these initiation behaviors. But when we asked other former students, they said otherwise.
I can only speak for my experience, and I do not recall any of that.
We reached out to GPS with these questions, and they replied with the same response they gave us earlier this week, which you can find on our website. David, Cindy.
Catherine, thank you. Tonight we're hearing exclusively from the mother of a boy who deputies say was assaulted by a Sequatchie County school employee.
That student has a form of autism and is nonverbal. Lydia Nathan is here with more details. Lydia.
David, Dominique Gibbons tells us her son was assaulted in the afternoon and she wasn't notified until after school. But the story didn't match the surveillance video of what happened in the classroom. The Sequatchie County Sheriff's Office says Gibbons' son, Leland, a nonverbal student with autism and epilepsy, was assaulted by school employee Holly Condra. After reviewing the video of the incident, Gibbons and her family friend discovered the assault happened around 12:30 p.m., but Gibbons was not notified until after her son returned home from school. Gibbons believes the school failed her son.
I tried for 2 weeks before school started. I tried and I tried and I tried to contact them, to get meetings to help them, to train them on their behavior plans with him.
Our team did reach out to Sequatchie County Schools, who provided us with a statement stating, quote, our focus is on the safety of our students, which remains our top priority, end quote. Gibbons says her son will not be returning to school, and while Gibbons is grateful for the outpouring of support from the community, she says this fight is not over yet. Gibbons says she is pursuing a lawsuit against the school and is seeking mental health counseling for Leland. The teacher, Holly Condra, was arrested and charged with assault but released on bond. Her first court hearing is set for Tuesday, August 26th. Now, this is an ongoing investigation, and Local 3 will continue to update you as we learn more information. Cindy?
All right. Thank you, Lydia. Now we want to check in with Chief Meteorologist David Carnes. He's out there having a great time. He's with Thunder at Silverdale Baptist Academy.
I'm glad you got there early, David, because good seats are going to be hard to come by.
Well, let me tell you why the good seats are hard to come by, because no matter how early you get, the grandparents are already here. Look at them, the grandparents. What time? You guys got here, what, 6 this morning, right? 6 this morning. Okay, now who are we rooting for today?
Silverdale Baptist.
Silverdale Baptist. Do you have a particular player that you're rooting for?
Number 48.
Number 48. You're not going to give the name. What's the name?
Kate Standifer.
Kate Standifer. Who are you rooting for tonight?
Garrett Moser, 28.
28, Garrett Moser.
Okay, got the Garrett Moser section over here. We've got some grands also.
Braxton Anderson, number 11.
Braxton, I interviewed somebody that was holding up a sign that said something about Braxton. Over here, real quick, just the grandparent. Go for it.
Hey, I'm Jerry, and I've got a granddaughter that's a cheerleader down there.
Okay, get it right over there. Which one?
Anna!
Don't yell, she might fall. We don't want Hannah to fall. Guys, it is beautiful out here. Everybody's excited for the Silverdale Tyner game. They're out on the field practicing right now. The grandparents are seated. We're all ready to go. And weather-wise, we're looking good. If you want to take a quick look at the radar, a few spotty areas of heavy rain in some of our outlying areas. Great football weather here at Silverdale, though. We'll have a complete forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Guys, are we having fun?
And I love that.
Well, how about that? That is the most exciting event I've seen at Silverdale in a while. We love Hannah, get over there. That's nice. Well, a local karate kid is preparing to take on the world. You'll see how Joel Westbrook is making a difference next on Local 3 News at 6. A local teen is making history as the first to compete in karate on the world stage in a wheelchair.
Michelle Herron says he is making a difference.
So I wondered to myself, could I do that in my wheelchair?
Joel Westbrook has been breaking barriers for most of his life. Born with a condition that affects his spine, the 18-year-old uses a wheelchair, but he hasn't allowed it to hold him back.
I had a hard time with kicking, so I went to the gym and did some leg workouts, and then came back and I kicked a whole lot stronger.
Joel began karate 10 years ago, the first athlete in a wheelchair for Corey Green to train. But Green's gym has never turned away anyone with a disability. In fact, he welcomes the challenge.
What we had to do is figure out, like whenever he does a stance and he moves forward, well, how hard do you push the chair? Do you push it light, medium, heavy? How thick are the mats? Are they super thick or are they thin? If you push too much, you're gonna go too far.
Joel has earned several medals and belts and recently earned a spot on the U.S. Karate Para Team. He will travel to Egypt and Peru to compete on the world stage.
I've never been out of the country before, so I don't know how that's like at all. And I've never been overseas at all. And I'm really excited for the competition part of it. I'm ready. I'm excited.
Joel's mom, Wendy, couldn't be more proud of her son, but says she isn't surprised by his determination.
He doesn't do anything halfway. We're gonna go all the way. And when he found out that he could go to competitions, he was gonna go to competition. He wasn't gonna just practice and practice and practice and not put it to use.
A reminder that strength isn't about standing.
He embodies what we look for in students, which is the manners, respect, self-discipline, and he has a strong work ethic, and he puts in the time. And I think everyone's starting to see that by doing all that, that the rewards are out of this world.
It's about rising, no matter how you do it.
If you think something is too difficult,
try it. It may not be as difficult as you think.
Joel heads to Egypt in November and Peru in May, and we have a way you can follow his journey at local3news.com. With this week's Making a Difference, I'm Michelle Herron.
Thank you, Michelle. From baked goods to watermelon, hey, there's a lot you can sink your teeth into around the Tennessee Valley this weekend. Logan Duble is checking his calendar and has tips in today's 3 to Get Ready. That's straight ahead. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, look no further than right here on Local 3.
Got football tonight, lots of fun things this weekend. Logan Duble has this week's 3 to Get Ready.
Tired of searching for your perfect weekend plan? I've got you covered. Here's what you won't want to miss in the Tennessee Valley this weekend. It's never a bad time to have some watermelon, so much so that there's an entire free festival all about it. McDonald Farm in Sale Creek is hosting the Watermelon Festival Saturday from 10 to 5 and Sunday from 11 to 4. They've got food trucks, live music, and of course, plenty of melons. And before you have that Sunday reset, you might as well reward yourself with a sweet treat. The Chattanooga Market will host a Baketacular at the First Horizon Pavilion. That's from 11 to 4. There's cookies and cupcakes and even a cakewalk. And lastly, for all of my music lovers, it's a weekend of tributes. Don't stop believing with the music of Journey. That's Friday night at Barrel House Ballroom. Go Your Own Way with the Fleetwood Mac tribute, of course, my personal favorite, at the Signal on Friday. And for free, a Thriller at Riverfront Nights Saturday with Who's Bad, a Michael Jackson tribute. If you make it out to one of those events, we want to see it. You can send us your pictures on Facebook, and who knows, maybe we'll even see you out there. That's your 3 to Get Ready. I'll see you next Friday with more.